So thank you for the opportunity for all the organizers. So it's a small, it's moreover and career guidance. It's moreover giving more tips about the career. It's my experience sharing through my journey of career. What all instances I have faced, what all opportunities I have come across. I'll be sharing that instances so that you can take the insights from that. If any doubts are there, maybe I can give a small uh, time at the end of the session. So, starting with my self introduction. So I have started my career in the year of 2006. I completed my BTech in biomedical engineering. It was the first batch in my college. I completed the BTech in Saharday Engineering College. We were the first batch in biomedical engineering. In the year 2006, we passed out. I have been placed in the career placement in BPL Limited as a production engineer. They were more expertise in the manufacturing of ECG machines, defibrillators, and different kinds of patient monitoring systems. And then after 2 years, I shifted to UAE, where I joined one of the latest hospital and healthcare chain of hospital and healthcare system, that is NMC Healthcare. I joined as a hospital purchase, mainly into the capital equipments purchases, and also I continued be a part of project coordinator on hospital turnkey projects, and also a part of brand building for different kinds of brands, mainly into the patient care devices and hospital furniture devices. So then I've been there for 6 years in UAE, going through different roles, and then I came to in India in the year 2014. I started my career in the quality and regulatory, where till now I am in this field, where it was coincidentally I came to this field, but right now I'm more interested to speak about this quality and regulatory field of medical devices, as there are a lot of opportunities in this field. I worked as a technical lead in the regulatory medical devices in Wipro also 2 years back. Now I am working as a head of quality assurance and regulatory affairs in Gadgion Medical System, who is the manufacturers of Holter ECG system. Right now, I'm also pursuing an MTech in quality management system from BITS Bilani. So this is my short introduction. Um, so basically, when I started my career, I had no clue what all were the opportunities coming for the electronics and biomedical engineers. But I had lot of situations and opportunities come across me, through which I found that there a little bit of guidance is required, or a little bit of effort from our side to understand what is the more core interest of ours, and so that I can blend my interest with the opportunity and get into the proper way, or get into the my dreams. So basically, for a biomedical engineer, the opportunities come from an industry's level, that is a medical device or IVD manufacturers level. Second is the clinical engineering level. So basically, electronics and biomedical engineers whoever pass out from this course, first their internship or their level of maybe this time I don't know how they are going to try in the internship. But in my age, I mean, in that year, we were only the only known role is the biomedical engineer in the hospitals. So that is where the clinical engineering is coming. The hospitals has to have a biomedical engineer who will be looking into the services of the medical equipments which is used in the hospitals, and also the sales and services that is dealt by different distributors in India. So most of the reputed companies like Philips, GE, then all that companies will be having distributors who will be handling the services. So the sales and services. These are the major roles we have come across when we pass out from our career. But clinical engineering have lot of opportunities, hospitals and healthcare sectors. So I'll just explain that also. Like then next field is the consultants and the service providers for the hospital projects. So the biomedical engineers can contribute their level when a hospital project is planned, like right from the beginning, when they are setting up a clinic or when they are setting up a hospital department, like OT department or CSST department, or when they are setting up a OP outpatient department, ICU, CCU, all this thing, the biomedical engineer can contribute uh, a much higher level than healthcare professionals, because here in India I haven't seen the opportunities, but in outside India, like Middle East, or in where you see um, Western countries, when they start a hospital project, they will have a group of biomedical engineers which will be also having expertise from mechanical engineering, architectures, civil engineering. All these people will contribute together for setting up a hospital. So, in a department, in a CSST department, biomedical engineer can contribute, telling like in this room what all equipments has to be placed. So, how should be the flow of the patients through this, or how should be the workflow of the workflow or the equipment flow through this department? All this biomedical engineer can plan. So, if the biomedical engineer with some knowledge in the equipment planning, he can well contribute in the hospital projects as as a team in the hospital project, turnkey projects, or project team. Okay, so there are different varieties of industries which is providing services to the hospital projects. Sometimes what happens is the hospital may be a chain of hospitals, so they may be having a what do you say, main group of what project engineers or project team who will be looking after different hospitals setting up in different states or different countries. There will be or else these hospital team will be approaching the consultant teams, like they will be consultant for building up the hospital. So we will tell the requirement, okay, you can provide us a JCI accredited hospital, so you have to build a hospital which will be applying all the JCI rules. So that consultants will be having a team of biomedical engineers or different from different trade engineers who has expertise in the JCA accreditation rules or NABH accreditation rules or international levels of accreditations for each department. So they can contribute what kind of equipments has to be placed in each of the department and what should be the specification of that uh, equipments. And even they can prepare the you might have seen like tenders will be called for, because if they are setting up a full hospital, they will call up a tender for the complete hospital medical equipments. So these biomedical engineers will be setting up the tenders. So they have to prepare the complete specifications of the equipments. So these consultants will help to do that. So the opportunity come from the consultants, consulting companies. So these consulting companies will be helping the hospitals or hospital groups for doing all this set of job, like uh, preparing the hospital plan, preparing the department's plan, equipment planning, preparing the tender documents, preparing the specifications for the devices. And even when they get the tenders submitted from different manufacturers, they will be going through the scrutinizing team, and they will be selecting which equipments has to be selected, and they will have a demo meeting with the medical device manufacturers, and they will decide, okay, this team will decide which all equipments has to be taken into the hospital. So this is the role of the consultants. So you understand, no, what all the biomedicals in the consultants company or the service providers company, what is their role? So basically, this kind of companies I have seen international level. In India, it's very less, but in India, for AIMS and all, for like government hospitals, the capital equipments like X-ray machine, MRI machine, or chemotherapy radiation equipments, for them, the main projects are handled by HITES, the central government entity, that is HITES, which is also a subsidy of HLL. So HITES is providing the or they are running the projects of procuring the capital equipments for hospitals, the government hospitals. So they will be preparing the tender documents, taking the tenders, and finalizing which equipments has to be given to the hospital, and they will be coordinating the projects for installing that equipments, preparing the rooms for the hospital. Like for X-ray rooms, there are some specifications to be followed. MRI rooms, there are some specifications to be followed. Cath lab, all the specifications has to be followed. So these all projects are coordinated by the biomedical team in the HITES. And even the service or the annual maintenance contract are also coordinated by HITES. So this is the government entity which is found in India. But if you go to Middle East or to the Western countries, they have a different set of rules. And there are group of engineers, biomedical engineers, who is handling all these hospital projects. Basically, in other hospitals like private hospitals, the purchase of these capital equipments are handled by the doctors or the higher admin level of management level of people who will be more experienced in the purchasing this. But biomedical engineers are more used in in the Western countries and also in the Middle East. Next is a complaints engineering. Complaints engineering means you right now you know that our devices, if they want to commercialize or if they want to market the medical devices in India or even in US or any other countries, there are some certain regulations has to be followed. So for the regulations for each kind of devices, there are specific standards to be followed. So there are some companies who is doing the testing of these equipments according to the standard. For example, if it is an electrical device, any electrical device, maybe it's a battery driven or if it is an AC driven, all these electrical devices has to be a basic example I'm telling, has to pass electrical safety test. So the basic test is IEC 60601, part 1, 2, part 6, part 11, like that different parts are there. So all these standards is set by either by the ISO organization or by BSI or by BIS or by IEC, like that different organization, international organizations are there who are setting the standards. So these standard accrediting companies and as well as the testing companies who is following the testing of this equipments. For example, TUV suit, TUV Rainland, BSI, all these companies are doing the device testing or the calibration of the devices used in the industries. That is the other level. Device testing they are doing for the standard complaints like this safety test, and they have to pass this test, then only they will get the regulatory approval in the countries like India or US or European countries. So some one simple example I'll tell you. So if we want to bring a new ECG machine to India, you have to get the regulatory license from India. Okay, so you are submitting a lot of documents. In that, one set of document is the device testing document, which is given by the accredited labs or the device testing laboratories who will be doing the testing of this equipment against this standard. So this safety testing is IEC 60601 part, different parts are there. So all these tests they will be doing, they will provide the reports, and these reports are submitted in the regulatory submission. So the testing companies are there who, in which there are team of engineers who is doing the testing, okay, according to the standard requirements. Next is the regulators, or what you say, just now I told, no, regulatory approval you are getting from India. So there should be an auditing body or the other authorities who will be checking all these documents, or checking your manufacturing process or your device design. All this they will be uh, reviewing as well as assessing. They will be monitoring it. That is, it is a periodic monitoring they have to do, and they are giving you the certificate or they are giving you the license. So these bodies are called notified bodies or regulatory authorities. So in India, our medical devices, according to their risk level, there is basically uh, four classes: class A, B, C, D. In India, class A and B, class A and B medical device manufacturers, the notified bodies are coming, or these notified bodies are accredited by the Indian government, SEDESCO. They will be accredited. That accredited notified bodies can come and audit our site, audit our device, check our design, all this thing, and then they will give us the license. For class C and D, that is a higher risk devices, the Indian government authorities will come to us, or their deputed agencies will come to us, and they will audit the site, and they will audit the devices, and they will give us the license. So you have the opportunity from the notified bodies. So notified bodies, you will get a team of biomedical engineers who is expertising in the device designing, device spec, all this thing. And this notified, there are different notified bodies. You can, or if you want, you are interested in the government officials, you can apply for the government roles, who will be inspecting your device manufacturing or manufacturing plans. And who are more interested in traveling, they can apply for these roles, because you will be traveling the whole over India. Now coming to the international level, US FDA. In FDA, in US countries, the medical device manufacturing or medical devices are given licenses by the FDA, or the authority of the government authorities of US. Okay, so that is also possible. You, after getting lot of experiences, you can apply for the FDA. If you are going to US, you can apply for government, but there lot of experience is required. And next is in Europe countries, CE marking you might have seen. Even for the normal electronic devices also you have seen the CE marking. Even the mobile phone you are using, the backside you can see the CE marking, or the battery you are using, backside you might see CE marking. The same CE marking rules is applicable for the medical devices, but the set of rules will be different. And this CE marking, they are provided by the notified bodies, the accredited notified body. These notified bodies are also selected by the European government agencies. So they will select only that notified bodies can come and audit you. These notified bodies also will be having set of biomedical engineers or set of engineers who is specialized in this kind of medical devices. So even in the medical devices also different varieties are there, like implants are there, non-invasive devices, low risk devices, high risk devices. Active devices also different ranges are there, like X-ray, radiation emitting devices, non-radiation emitting devices, ionizing radiation devices. So different ranges of devices are there. Who is expertising in which equipment? You will be the core auditor in that particular device auditing. Okay, so that kind of device manufacturers you will be auditing. Okay, like that. Like once you are part of a notified body, you have to go through different kinds of trainings, and you will expertise in a particular device. You will get the code of that device. So those who are having the code of the device, they can go for the audit of that medical device manufacturers. Next is the application level engineering. That is basically what you are seeing in the sales and services. Application engineers who will be giving the trainings to the doctors, healthcare professionals to understand how to use your device. Brand building engineers, that is understand the market. Whoever is interested in doing the market analysis, they can do the understand the market, what kind of devices are more popular in these kind of particular indication patients. So they can do and research, and you can build a brand in that particular disease. Okay, so it's a brand building. So if you have some kind of enthusiasm in analysis and data analysis and all, you can get the market analysis and do some sales or marketing tactics to build a brand. Okay, so once you come to the medical device manufacturing companies, like it ranges from a cotton gauze to high-end MRI machine or radiation machines. Why I'm telling this much is, even it is a cotton gauze, it is also a medical device, and it is also coming under the class A or B classification in India. So in this also you have to follow all this kind of regulatory activities. So if this device is sterilized, you will be having huge manufacturing plants in which the biomedical engineer if have different roles. If you are more interested in research and development, you can go to research and development, production engineering department, quality control, engineering procurement, central service engineering, quality assurance, and regulatory affairs. So I'll give a sample or a simple example for what is happening in a ECG manufacturing company. Research and development. Research and development means they will understand the new techniques or technology coming up. So they will bring up a new ideas how they can bring a digitalized ECG machine, how much compact the machine can be. So they can use different. In this also you can expertise. So if you are more expertise in hardware engineering, if you are more expertise in software engineering, then you can expertise in mechanical engineering, who can design the cover of the device, even the packaging of the device, how the leads has to be connected. All this is designed by the mechanical engineering. I mean, mechanical engineering means if a biomedical engineer who can blend the mechanical skills, he can be into the mechanical device design. Okay, so for example, in our devices itself, prosthetics are there, like a hand prosthetic, leg prosthetic. These are also medical devices. So if you have a blend of, or if you have a interest in the mechanical things, moving parts, a biomedical engineer, he can contribute his design ideas in a mechanical device manufacturing. So Stryker, it's a big company who is manufacturing different kinds of implants, bond screws, bond plates, spinal cord plates, then different kinds of mechanical things. So all this, whoever having a biomedical background and a blend of or an interest in the mechanical background can contribute in the research and development of these kind of devices. So we have a lot of varieties of devices, like it can be a what is a hardware devices or a software devices, or in software itself a lot of specialization are coming, like AI platform, AI itself. In that you have image AI, image models, as well as data models. So whoever have some skills or some interest in that field, try to focus in that. Along with the biomedical engineering, you should have some enthusiasm in which field you have. So you should put some effort in that field and identify or go to that opportunities. Now in the production engineering department, basically what they do is, whatever design and develop verification validation is completed, they can, production engineering team, they can contribute in doing the day to day work. Like for example, in a line of manufacturing, there will be lots of PCBs coming. Okay, so there will be workers or the staff who will be doing the, like, PCB testing. Okay, so the production engineers can help them to make their job faster. They can develop a jig so that the PCB has to be just placed. So they will get some results from the PCB, which is required to be tested in the PCB. So from the result, in 1 second or 1 minute, they can get all these results. So they can identify, okay, there is no problem with the PCB, or they can identify which particular point has not got this voltage. So that point is has some problem. So they can keep the PCB in other place, which is a working PCB. They can move on. So in the production engineering team, this is the way how they can contribute. Now, quality control means once the device is completed, there are some, hello, um, yeah. So, quality control team or quality control engineers, what they will do is, once the device is completed, they have to do some tests, like high electricity, high voltage electricity has to be passed, and the device has not fail, should not fail. Or they have to do some shelf test, or that is, for example, our multi-para monitor used in ICU, the device will be on for 24 hours, or it will be continuously on for 1 month, right? So you have to do some aging test. So in the medical device manufacturing companies, there will be some aging rooms where they will keep all this quality past, or quality past means, right now I told, no, like electrical, high voltage electrical test they will do. Whatever devices they have passed, they will put it into this aging room where it will be on for 3 or 5 days, so that they are checking for this 3 days, 5 days, when the device is on, it is not having any hazards, or it is not, the battery will not burst out. The device is on for all this time, and it is monitoring its working condition. So that is what quality control is doing. Basically, don't think that quality control, this work will be done by the engineers, but they will be setting up the what kinds of test has to be done, that they will be doing. Like for example, this aging should be done for 3 days or 5 days, or how many samples has to be done for this testing. This is set by the engineers, not the real work of doing, taking the device into the aging room, keeping it for 3 days and testing it. It's not the engineer's work, it is done by the other um, workers. But that quality set, or that acceptance level of each test, what all test has to be done, test protocol, test method, all this will be set by the engineers. Now coming to the engineer procurement, when we are designing a device, we have to purchase some components, right? So they have to find out which, try out different samples, try out different suppliers, try out all the samples. They have to do the combination. I have when the engineers from the research and development, they pass on some specification, the procurement guy should understand, no, what specification they have given, where I should search this, which supplier I have to contact. So the person who is sitting in the procurement has some engineering skills or had the engineering knowledge. He can help it out, find out a good supplier, get the good samples, and test that samples, check the QC, check the quality of that samples, and give or pass it on to the research and development. When the research and development people come back, okay, this sample has this problem, you should understand their language. So the procurement guy who is sitting in the medical device manufacturing companies, who is having an engineering background, can help in this. Next is the central service engineering. Like for example, in hospitals, biomedical engineers, they are not allowed. Most of the hospitals, they are not allowed to touch the device or open the device to do the service engineering. In JC accredited or in some accredited hospitals, they will not allow to open the device, or even the distributors or the manufacturers will not allow the biomedical engineers of the hospitals to open the device. Once it is open, it is out of warranty, or you know that. So the medical device manufacturers will be having the service engineers who will be traveling across the hospitals and doing some service engineering. But there also some limitations are there. Like for example, they can do whatever service engineering that is limited to their tools and components available with them, so which is out of their limit. Like for capital equipments like ECG, I mean X-ray machines and all, they cannot do some servicing in the place. Maybe some components has to be brought back to the manufacturing companies, so they will bring back it to the manufacturing company. There is central workshop where the service engineers will be sitting out. Uh, they will thoroughly look into each and every component of the PCB, how it is working, so how the output is coming. So sometimes what happens is, even with the simulator itself, you will get some waveform, sine wave or ECG waveform, but it will not give the proper wave when it is applied on the human beings. So sometimes we have to really try it on our body itself to find out whether it is giving the human signals properly. So central servicing team will be working the central workshop, will be a set of biomedical engineers or electronics engineers who has experience in the medical devices, can work into this servicing of the devices. Next is the quality assurance and regulatory affairs. Right now, this is very important department in most of the medical device manufacturing companies, since the device to be marketed in a country, a regulatory approval is required, and the quality assurance engineers might be, this will be one team. Some companies, these two are different teams, because quality assurance means they are um, they are setting the quality of the process, like when the device, from the research and development till the device death of the device, how it should be controlled through different processes. These processes are set by the quality assurance team. Okay, and as part of this processes, they are getting some outputs as records, or the devices itself. This is submitted to the regulatory bodies for the approvals of the complete device into the market. Okay, so that is why the quality assurance is a different stream, regulatory affairs is a different stream, but there is a or combined work to be done to get the regulatory approvals. Okay. So this is just now I have mentioned, research and development. If you are concentrating, there are different levels in the research and development itself. Hardware, completely into the electronics device, electronics, software itself, AI kind or normal software developing is there. So right now the medical devices, software itself as a medical device also has a separate rules and regulations set by the countries. Right now in India it has not come, but in FDA as well as in EU and all, different rules for the medical device softwares has is there. AI as a medical device is also there. An act has come in the European countries. So similarly, mechanical design, as I told, the prosthetics designing, whoever have a medical, biomedical background and as a blend of or enthusiast in the mechanical designing and all, has more opportunities in that field. Material design, you might have seen biomaterials and all. A lot of researchers are going on in Sri Chitra medical centers and all. So whoever have that experience or more interest in the material designing can have that on. Next, as I told, production engineering, engineering trials they are doing. For example, what my experience was when I was in BPL, I was in the production engineering team. So there, that time my role was, they were developing the ultrasound machine. So research and development engineers will come with their prototypes. That is, prototypes means before the design, verification, validation, they are into some, they will make some prototypes, working prototypes. So we are the team, will be doing all the trials. So from each of the trials we will set what all to be tested, for which parameter, what will be the values coming, for this testing, what is the value coming. So we will do this sampling and all, a lot of samples will do, and find out the acceptable level of reading which should be coming for that particular parameter. So this is basically done in the engineering trials. Next is a validation engineer. Validation engineer means once the device is verified, all the tests are passed. The validation engineer, okay, validate. Okay, whatever requirements we have for this device, all these requirements are met, and the device is validated for that particular use. Also, the validation engineer will do other work is in the production engineering is, we will be having lot of equipments. Right now in the picture itself we are seeing lot of equipments, right? Because nowadays the devices manufacturing are automized, so all this machines has to be validated. So when it come to the our premises, big machines, they have to install it according to the requirements. They have to check the performance, how it is performing, putting different parameters. If it is a sterilizing machine, we will set a different heating temperature, different time level, different load level. We will keep all this sampling and all, and we will set, okay, this particular parameter we are getting 100 percentage yield, so that parameter is set as a validated parameter. So the validation engineer's job is to do this validation in the process level. So this is done by the engineers. Next is the CAD designers, or CAD designers means what I told is, as I told, no, like PCB, we have a lot of tests. So the production engineering team can prepare or put a jig, prepare a jig in which the workers has to just keep the PCB and you will get the reports, results. Okay, so it will increase or increase your productivity, or their job is to increase your productivity, bring up improvements in the product which is already in the manufacturing line. Find out what all risk the workers are facing from the manufacturing line, identify those risks, find out the root cause for the risk, try to give some risk mitigation measures. Subject matter experts means SMEs. That is a specific to the subject. They will be specific. Like for example, As I told, if it is a catheter company or a catheter manufacturing company which is sterilized, sterilization validation is a special process. Okay, so subject matter experts or the that particular experts will be expertised in validating these kind of process, sterilization process. So sterilization itself, different sterilization are there. ETO sterilization, steam sterilization, ultrasonic, different sterilization are there. So subject matter experts will be expertise in that particular process. So through doing some internship in that thing or doing some courses in that one, expertising, you can gain that expertising in the validating of this sterilization company, sterilization process. So in the whole Kerala, or I think even in the whole India, I think there is only one or two sterilization companies who is doing the whole medical device manufacturers sterilizing. There are no lot of opportunities. We ourselves can start a company for doing the sterilization of the, because lot of medical device companies require a sterilization and lot of load is there with the current sterilization company. So we have not identified the opportunities. Okay, and the next thing is in India, out of 100%, the healthcare sector is booming up in India, and the greatest market, one of the greatest market is in India. But 80% of the devices are importing to India. Only 20% devices are manufactured in India. This is the great tragedy to our India. We our I don't know, we have lot of design ideas, everything is there, but manufacturing field, we have only 20% of manufacturers in India. Lot of 80% are imported. So that is why make in India, all that motto is more highlighted now. And giving the manufacturing licenses is also getting little more easy, and the rules are getting more stringent. So this is the other thing. And next is the quality control. As I told, quality control means quality assurance and quality control. What is the difference? Quality control means in a particular product, this you are identifying or testing a particular product, and you are passing that product. So that process is quality control. Okay. Now you have for bringing a ECG machine to a uh, packed stage, there are a lot of processes, starting from the PCB, SMD soldering. From that onwards, or the components, purchase of the components to till the packing of the device. Lot of processes are there. Lot of process owners will be there. So all these processes has to go through some set of quality processes, or has to be monitored. And these processes, we have to set some like acceptance level, or set some um, like you would say performance level, so that if they pass that level only, that process will be proper, or they will not get any complaints. So that setting up of that process is called quality assurance. So quality control is into more into the product level, or a particular instance level of quality. That is quality control. Quality assurance means you are setting up the complete process, or monitoring the complete process to bring the quality. So this is the difference between quality control and quality assurance. These two terms you will find always in the medical device manufacturing. Not only medical device, all the device manufacturing companies, whatever manufacturing companies, like if it is an automobile manufacturing company, all these manufacturing companies, mostly you will come across these two terms, quality control and quality assurance. So quality assurance, you will be having or have to apply some statistical methods to get the quality. So these are some of the companies who is into the manufacturing of the medical devices. Some of the companies, lot of companies are there. Now, clinical engineering is other field which is also part of regulatory submissions. Like, for example, one particular requirement of a medical device to be licensed is um if it is passing all the testing parameters, if it is passing all the validation parameters, it is not enough to say that this device is safe, because you are going to use this on the human beings. Even if it is a plaster, if it is a just a band-aid plaster, this plaster is going to be contact with your body for a long time, right? So the different patients or different human beings are, all human beings are unique. So how it reacts with the body of the human being, that once you use on the body only you will come to know. So that is why clinical trials is very important in the field of medical devices. Same like drugs, but medical devices are not that much frequently used in the trials as drugs. For drugs, all the drugs to be in the market, you have to go through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials. But for medical devices, there are some exceptions where you can exempt from the medical trials. For example, if it's an ECG machine, it is already used on the already in the market for long time. So you know the performance of the ECG machine. You know what all risks are there in the ECG machine. There is no unknown risks, or there is no particular responses from the medical. So. But there are some concept or new design levels of coming into the market, for which we need to apply or apply on the patients and try to understand what is the responses. So this is the called clinical engineering team. So clinical so they will be controlling the what you say the clinical trials. They will be coordinating the clinical trials. They will write the protocols, what all to be tested or find out, and they will set the intended use of the device. All the things done in the clinical engineering. And other field is the hospital field, where the application level, that is the clinical engineers who, or else biomedical engineer in the hospitals. And as I previously told you, like hospital projects, you will be having the equipment planner, compliance experts, I means JCA accreditation. There are a lot of rules that has to be followed by the equipments, in the equipments or the workflow of the equipments, that the compliance experts can help you or help the hospitals to set up their like, for example, the in the if OT department is in second floor, mostly OT department will be having the CSST department near to it, because why? OT department uses most of the sterilized devices. So all the sterilized instruments has to be sterilized and it should not travel more. So the most of the hospitals, the OT department should be near to the CSST department. Then only they can pass on the sterilized devices. Okay. So these kind of instructions is given by the compliance experts, which is also a part of the JCA rules or the NABH rules. So this is compliance experts. Service engineering means, as I told, like service engineers who will be doing the service. As I told, no, like distributors are coming. Distributors, service engineers will be there. They will be coming to us and doing this. Next in important field is the medical gas experts. For example, now most of the hospitals are having centralized gas system. So the medical gas experts companies are there, specific who will only deal with the medical gases installations. So they will do the AMC of the complete unit. So they will set up the medical gases in the hospital, and it's a supply unit to the OT or ICU, CCU, all these places. So the expert engineers will do this. So these kind of companies are there. Medical gas expert companies are there. Room specialized constructors, that I told, no, like CSST room. Even the CSST room, there are specification for that room construction. X-ray rooms, there is some specification for that room construction. So there will be whoever has a interest in the construction field and has a biomedical background can help in doing the room specialized construction. How you will come to know? I don't know whether you are going through these kind of requirements in your syllabus. I don't know about that. But after completing my BTech, I have done a diploma course in clinical engineering and management when I was into the hospital projects coordinating team. There I used to study all this room specifications of radiation rooms, CSST room, all this thing. So along with the our engineering, we if we can put a little effort to find out our enthusiasm in which field and do some short courses, you can get into that field. So these are the project consultant companies. Walmart is a very big company who is internationally doing all the hospital projects. Even in the UAE, most of the big hospital projects are done by Walmart. Heights, I already told you, in India, AIMS hospital projects are done by Heights. Hospitech is one of the Indian company. Cleveland Clinic is one of the consultant company who is doing the hospital projects like Sheikh Khalifa Hospital in Abu Dhabi, like that, all international companies. The other companies are Air Liquide, Atlas. These are all suppliers or doing the medical gas expertises. Northwell Health Company is also a kind of hospital project consultant who will be doing the hospital projects or planning. Next is a complaint service provider. As I told, in this also different roles are there. As I told, like quality assurance and regulatory affairs. These two requirement is there in a medical device manufacturing company. For them, the service providers will help as a consultant. For example, in Kerala, a lot of medical device manufacturing company, they don't have quality assurance team or they don't have a expertise regulatory team. So they will approach the consulting companies who will be doing, instead of them, they will be doing the complete quality assurance works and the regulatory submissions for them. So there itself you will find out the validation engineers. That's just now I told, no, they will be installing the complete big machines in their company doing the validation. Quality assurance, that complete process they will qualitize. Sustenance engineer means in a line lot of PCBs are coming, but in one particular worker it is bringing lot of complaints. He will find out what is the problem with that complaint. He will identify the root cause and try to troubleshoot, bring out new methods how to solve this. So that is a sustains engineer. Or cost cutting, you have seen, no, in the medical devices itself, instead of this component, this is very costly component, you can identify some other sample which is also having the same quality. That is what sustenance engineer will do. That is, in a long go, they will identify some cost or more quality devices or components in the devices so that they can really bring the profit to the company. Next is the ISO 13485 expert. As I told, the quality assurance, that is, they are setting up the standard for the complete processes. There is one standard which the medical device manufacturer has to comply, that is ISO 13485. You have seen ISO 9001 standard, which is has to be applied, which can be applied to any kind of organization. But for especially for the medical device manufacturers, ISO 13485 is the certification has to be get, and it is mandatory for the medical device manufacturers to get ISO 13485 certified. Then only they can go for a regulatory submission for a medical device manufacturing license. Then supplier quality engineers. Sometimes the manufacturers won't have some of the process can be done in their company. As I told, sterilization, there is some companies who is doing sterilization for the existing medical device manufacturers, so they are the supplier for us, right? So but you have to check whether ours is a ISO 13485 company, but since sterilization is also an important process which is part of their device, they have to identify, or they have to make sure our supplier is also following all that norms and required level of quality, so that you are getting a quality product from them. So they will be some supplier quality engineers who will be checking the quality of their suppliers. Okay, so they will go and audit them. Our company's engineer teams will be going there and checking that. So these people should be understanding the requirement of a medical device manufacturing, or the should be expertise in ISO 13485. They have to, then only they can go and audit. They have to identify the auditing standard. They should pass the internal auditing certification and all. Then only they can go there. Regulatory experts is, if I have planned to introduce my device into US, I should know more about I should know about US FDA rules. If I'm bringing into EU market, I should know about CE marking. So these are all different rules. So the experts, if you are expertise in US FDA, you can bring any class device, class 1, 2, 3, any devices into the US FDA. So you should have all the rule, or identify all the rules related to the FDA. One person cannot be a supermarket. He cannot know all the rules of all countries. China has different rules, Russia has different rules, Europe has different rules, India has different rules, FDA has different rules. Different rules means it's not a one go. Once you are getting the license, it's over. Not like that. Okay, it's not like that. You should have a like after the device into the market also, you have to monitor the quality of your device. You will have yearly audit from the auditing company who have given you the certification. So you have to show whatever complaints you have received, how you have what actions you have taken for each complaint, what is the remedy method, risk mitigation method you have done. All this thing will come. And the other team is the risk management team. In medical devices, one of the major role is risk management engineers. They will always take the feedback from the complaints, what all complaints is coming in the field, uh, how frequently it is repeating, what is the root cause, they will identify what can be the mitigation measures. So for that also there is a separate standard, ISO 14971. So according to that standard, you have to prepare all the or do all the activities and prepare the documentation which has to be submitted in the regulatory submission. So that is also a major role in the companies. Next is the medical device reporting. As I told, complaint handling. So if the complaints related to the death of the patient, or if it is gone to an high risk accident to the patient, so that the patient got paralyzed, you have to report to the notified body, you have to report to the government authorities. It is a process. So this is called medical device reporting, and for this also there is a separate rule, which is also part of regulatory. Okay, so there are different teams. Even for example, I tell you, in a big medical device companies like Stryker, or where the bone implants or implant Medtronic, the heart pacemakers are made by Medtronics. So all these high risk devices, the medical device reporting team will be there. The company itself will be having team. Also they will be appointing some service providers like Wipro or HCL, or what you say, Tata Elxsi. These companies will be having set of biomedical engineers who is expertise in the regulatory, who is doing exclusively the medical device reporting. When they will get a complaint, they will check according to the rule which code we have to apply and whom you have to inform. Is it a notified body? Is it a advisory, what you say, authorities? Which there are certain rules or steps has to be followed in the medical device reporting. So there is a team exclusively sitting for just looking into the report, complaint, identify the complaint, the root cause they have to identify, they have to inform the authorities. For them, these teams are sitting, and this exclusively done by the service providers. Even the companies also have a separate team for that. Clinical research, as I already told, clinical trials team. That is, there are some the companies cannot do the trials with the patients, since they might not have that access to the patient. So they will give this role to the clinical research organization, CROs, who will be having a team of um, clinical team, that will be having the biomedical engineers, that will be having the specialist doctors and all. These team will coordinate the clinical trials, and they will enter the reports and give the reports, clinical reports, to the medical device manufacturers for doing the trials. And these trial reports is required for the regulatory submission and getting the license from the medical device company. Now, if regulatory experts, as I told, different countries will be having different set of regulations. You can focus on some of the regulations. There are some certification courses through which you will get into an idea of what all rules are there. Experience speak in other way, like experience, when you come across the experience, how to apply these rules will be different way. But to understand these rules, there are some certification courses. So regulatory submissions, it is CEDESCO is Indians, USFTA, CE marking, SFTA, that is Saudi Arabia's, NMPA, that is Japan's, TGA is Australia, Health Canada, like that, so and so on. Okay. Major is a major or global, in global market, the major role is to USFTA and CE marking. Most of the rules in other countries are evolving from this CE marking and the USFTA. So if you have a base in USFTA and CE, you can get some ideas into other rules. So all these rules are evolving from it. Now, quality standard experts are, as I told, the process experts. That is ISO 13485, IEC 62304. IEC 62304 experts is very difficult to get nowadays in the market, because they are the specialists in software quality management. Okay, because nowadays software medical devices are coming up a lot, and in that the quality expert, the standard is IEC 62304. That expert is very less. This opportunity is a lot, but nobody is there. ISO 14971, it is a risk managers. As I told, risk management is a process in the medical device. ISO 14155 is a standard for the clinical trials. MDSAP is a blend of quality management system, that is ISO 13485, which has to be followed by 5 countries, and that is a blend. 21 CFR 820, which is also right now moreover equal to ISO 13485. 21 CFR 820 means it is the quality assurance standard or equivalent standard of USFTA for ISO 13485. Okay. So device testing company, as I already told, lot of device testing companies are there. TUV, all this are doing the safety tests of their devices, usability tests, mechanical tests, sterilization, validation. Notified bodies, I told, for CE marking there is notified body. For ISO 13485 certification there are notified bodies. CEDESCO class A and B notified bodies are there. Consulting firms means like Wipro, HCL. Whoever doing the regulatory works for the bigger medical device companies. Okay, that is consulting firms. Clinical research organization doing the clinical trials and clinical validation for the big companies like IQVA. This is a very big company, very good company, who is doing IQVA, who is doing the clinical research organization for clinical trials for the other company. A lot of other companies are there. One of the companies is other companies. Whatever you are seeing is DNV, TUV, SUD, Zenith, SGs. All these are auditing companies or testing companies. BSI auditing testing companies. Capgemini, Tata Elxsi, and all are service providers. So whoever is more into the corporate level of working, they can try out in these companies. How to equip for a RA opportunities? You should be enthusiastic to understand new regulations. There are short-term courses which is expertising in specific standards. Also be part of some regulatory forums like RAPS. RAPS is a regulatory forum in which a lot of courses are offered. It is an international forum of regulatory affairs team. Lot of courses are applied in that. Also, if you want to apply for the courses, you can apply. Or there are certifications for which you can just study it and you can um, do the exams. It's not an easy exam. More into the experience level of questions are there. 2 hours, 100 questions. So in that, which is called RAC certification, this is a kind of added advantage in the multinational companies, like whoever into the quality regulatory team, like as I told, Medtronic, Philips and all, who are applying for a higher level of regulatory roles. uh, RAC is an added advantage. They will be easily picked up. Okay, because it is difficult to pass that exam also, because you should have a minimum experience of 3 years in the regulatory submissions. Then only you can at least attend the exam. Okay. Then ISO 13485 internal auditing course are there. So that also you can get the once you are getting the certification, you can go as an internal auditor. As a freelancer, you can go for an internal auditing to the companies, do the ISO 13485 compliance. Now, if you go for a quality level of approach, you should understand the statistical tools, Six Sigma tools, Six Sigma certification, ASQ certification, Six Sigma Green Belt certification. Quality management tools are there, lot of tools. So you can, if you get short courses in that from the ASQ certification, you will get that expertise in the quality field. So thank you for uh, listening to my session. I don't know how much it helped you. Um, it was a single channel, or it's a speaking kind of, because if you go for a discussion, I can't complete this. That's why I took that level of explaining everything to you. I don't really like to just give a lecture. I like to give discussion, because I get lot of um, hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You were able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So actually, I used to get a lot of calls from biomedical. I mean, last year students, like asking for, because they sometimes they will call me like with complaining that I don't know why I took this course. Only I'm seeing sales and service job, or hospital biomedical engineers who is getting little perks. You should say little perks. So I think someone is calling. Okay. So thank you. If any doubts, I don't know whether you will be allowed to give a questions in this session. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. They can ask any doubt.
Hi, ma'am. Myself, Shraddha. So, will a BTech graduate get opportunity in compliance engineering, quality assurance engineering, all that fields? Do we have to do some other courses for getting such jobs?
As I told, like quality engineering, right away junior level, maybe you will get a junior level role where you will get the opportunity to get experienced in that field. But if you do a certification like ASQ certification or like that, you will get a some more better role like middle level and all. Like if you have some expertise in Six Sigma tools, or you have understood the Six Sigma tools or quality tools, lot of quality tools are there. If you have got a certification in that one of the tools which is readily available, lot of courses giving companies are there. Even in this, as I told TUE, BSI, they are the device testing company as well as they are giving the trainings. Okay, if you get a certification from them, it is a very reputed certification. So if you get a certification from that companies and all, you will get a little more, like what in our ages when we apply, we'll try to get the experience getting into the junior level. But right now we have lot of opportunities where we have to give a little effort from our side, so that we will get a little more, one more level, higher level of role once you complete this course. There are opportunity, or you will get experience to get into the junior role. But if you do that certification, you will get a better role. It is up to you. You will come to learn or get the experience from the role also. But this quality engineers, in multinational companies only, they will they are having the roles. But small companies or these companies won't have quality engineers. As I told, they might be giving to the consultings who will be doing the quality side for the manufacturing companies. Higher companies, you will get the quality engineers.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, ma'am. This is Meenakshi M. Menon. So, to excel in the field of biomedical engineering, what are the technical, business, and soft skills that, as an aspiring biomedical engineer, one should possess?
See, I told you, it's like biomedical engineer. If you learn, it's like in our schools, we are learning lot of subjects, right? So in the biomedical engineer, what all are there, that all you are learning in your BTech. Okay, but you have to identify which field you are more interested. If you are interested in software, you can go for the software developing in the medical devices. If you are interested in the electronics, you can go for the electronics device developing in the medical devices. If you are more interested into the bringing up the process correct, you should be more interested in quality assurance. If you are more interested in reading so much, or researching or searching, uh, identify the solving the problems, you should be more interested in regulatory expertise. Okay, so you have to identify what is your, I have brought up with you lot of, these are the opportunities whatever is in front of you. Okay, biomedical engineer is a blend. What I understand is, or I have uh, felt is, biomedical is a blend of lot of things. You can go into the mechanical engineering field, or you can go into the in the medical device field itself. In the medical device field is because medical devices, lot of varieties are there, like electrical devices are there, software devices are there, mechanical devices are there, robotic devices are there, even light or radiation devices are there. All these are coming in the medical devices. So all this expertise, which field you want to expertise, you can do. Even in the service engineers itself, there are expertise service engineers who is only doing the service of the radiation equipments. They don't know the service of any other equipments. They are more interested in the radiation equipments. So they will be the service engineers of the radiation equipments only. The big companies like Varian who is giving the radiation chemotherapy equipments, the service engineers will be into the service of A to Z of that radiation equipment. So, as a biomedical engineer, if you tell me, the biomedical engineer is a blend of lot of things. You have to identify which field you have to pick up according to your interest. I have gone through all these phases. I didn't have any idea. I was placed into BPL as a production engineer. I liked that job because I was doing the engineering trials, doing the troubleshooting. Lot of things are there. I was more interested. I enjoyed that job because you are learning the circuit diagram completely. You are designing the PCB in the software. Um, you are trying to find out where and all you can reduce the size of the PCB so that it will easy to handle and all. So these and all I liked that, but my situation, I had to relocate into some other place. So there also I enjoyed planning the equipments, identifying the lot of like I have attended a lot of Arab Health, in which we will come across lot of manufacturers in the whole world. Arab Health, then Medica, which is in Germany. There also we'll come across lot of medical device manufacturers. Communication, as I like lot talk lot. I used to communicate with a lot of medical device manufacturers. Identify what all kind of devices are there. Identify the market analysis in UAE. Try to build the brand in that UAE. Most into the medical device, medical hospital furnitures like electrical beds, mechanical beds, all this thing I used to contact with the medical device manufacturer. So if you have a communication skill or you are interested to connect with a lot of people, you can have the sales or the brand building. So if you know the medical devices, you will be more easier to speak with these people, and you have the language to talk with the doctors also because you are learning that. So a normal engineers or electrical engineers can't go and speak to this doctors, right? We are learning the language of speaking with the doctors, so we are more expertise in it. So in that levels we have some added advantage as a biomedical engineer. So you have to find out which field you have to identify, and as I told, there may be some certifications or some short term courses which will help you to excel in that field. I don't know whether I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
How can we reach out the regulatory affairs jobs in GCC countries like UAE, as you said?
Okay. GCC countries, there is no specific rules available in the GCC. When you go for a medical device requirements in the hospitals of Middle East countries, mostly they want CE mark devices. That means they are more aspiring the CE mark devices. So only Saudi Arabia has some SFTA, or Saudi Arabia has some FTA rules which is brought out. So for them also, as I told, the medical device manufacturers, they might not be in the medical Middle East countries. If you go to the Middle East, you will not find any manufacturing companies, or very less manufacturing companies are. Most of them are coming from the outside, or international companies are doing the business in the Middle East. So they have to apply for the regulatory submission. So all this is coordinated by the multinational companies, their team itself. Okay, they don't have regulatory teams in the UAE. If they want to apply for the license, UAE or any other Middle East country, the consulting firms or the big multinational companies, their regulatory teams are doing the regulatory submissions in Middle East. So GCC itself doesn't have much regulatory approvals. They mostly look into, even though they don't have the approvals, they can bring the devices into UAE and all, mm, if they have the CE marking. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Previously in India also, we don't had any rules for using the medical devices in India till 2017-18 year. Right now, only Indian government brought up with some of the rules for the medical devices. Okay, so like that, Middle East may come up with that rules, but right now they don't have any specific rules for their medical devices manufacturers in their country. They are following CE, or they will have some customs rules like harmful, some consumer rules are there, no, that is applicable for the medical devices.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
Myself, Maithili.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to thank you for giving us such an awesome session. And my question is, I would like to know more about the government opportunities given by the government of India for biomedical engineers.
Okay. It is very sad that Indian government doesn't have identified much of the roles in for the medical biomedical engineers. When I passed out that time, the regulators, as I told, only by 2018 only we got the rules in India, 2017-18. Before that, only the drugs rules was applicable for the medical device, and the drugs rules can't control the medical devices in India or any other. The medical devices can't be controlled by drugs rule, and this was identified only in 2017. So that time there was no opportunity for government sectors for a biomedical engineer. But when the rules comes, that time also whoever in the highest level is from the pharmacy background or from the drugs rule experience. They don't have any experience, or they don't know anything about the electronics or nothing about the software. Still, the drug controller who are coming from for inspecting our devices, which is a our companies, it's a software device. They are coming, they don't know what to test, they don't know how it works, or when we tell them the technical terms, they don't understand, because they are from the pharmacy background. So Indian officials, they didn't put the requirement of biomedical engineering in their rules. Right now, biomedical association, different association, maybe from your alumni also, they might have taken the feedbacks, and we have signed a petition and put across the status quo. Give me a second. Okay, so this association have given the petition, and they have included the role of biomedical engineering now. But along with the other requirements like pharmacy, biochemistry, clinic, what is that? Lot of other stuff along with this biomedical engineering. So actually, we need to convince them what is the role of biomedical engineers in medical device, or understanding medical device. They have to understand. So only two persons are there in the central government as a drug controller from the biomedical background. Right now, there are some opportunities is coming up, which is also they are calling from the same state and central government, who is in the other departments, who are working in the what you say drugs rule and all on. They are deputed into the medical device rules. And I'm very sorry to say that the opportunities are very less, but it is coming up. So these posts has been published now, but outsiders can apply, but the chance is very less because they have first given the preference to the state and the central government officials who can work in this. And other biomedical opportunity in Kerala government is KMSCL, who is doing the hospital purchases for the or the state government or the medical colleges. Um, that is there also you will get a once in 5 years or 10 years an opportunity will come for biomedical engineering. That is very sad.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
But as I told, more than a government job, you can go if you are very interested in regulatory field, you can obviously go for the notified bodies. If you have some interest in the traveling, it's very good opportunity in notified bodies because the same role we are doing there, like a drug controller or a drug inspector, drug controller. You will come across lot of device manufacturing, lot of device designs. You are reviewing it. You will be an authority kind of roles. If you are liking, you can go for auditors, auditing companies.
So, hi, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm Minnie. I'm a second year biology student.
yeah.
And my question is, do you think pursuing a master's degree is necessary for excelling in this field, or is this just an alternative path?
It depends. Like in biomedical, if you're going for a research field, that is also a opportunity. Like concept designing or design phase, you can specialize in some of the course in biomedical. Like for example, in biomedical itself, one of our faculty had expertise in fiber optics. So what he did now he is doing is in what is it in Philips, I think in Siemens, they are doing the research in the fiber optics in the medical devices. So if you have really interested in research, you can go with specialization with masters and doctorates in biomedical, and you can be a part of a research team of multinational companies or even the universities. But I don't know how much research facilities are there in India. It is there, lot of there. Sri Chitra, lot of research activities are going on. Similarly, Indira Gandhi institutes, and also a lot of universities also now bringing up lot of they have the incubator centers for startups. So for the startups they will do the research and development. So if you have in that interest, you can do the specialization or do the masters in specialization in any of the field, and do the research works in the any of the design concepts. Obviously in that way also you have lot of opportunity. Since I haven't personally come across what a kind of researchers are there, but as I told, one of our faculty also is in the research field, and is doing the he is already PhD completed and is doing the study, I mean researches in the fiber optics in Siemens.
Okay, ma'am. So, are there any scholarships or funding opportunities in India?
Colleges means
Scholarships.
scholarship. That things I'm not much aware because I don't know about the scholarships provided by India and all. But a lot of international colleges are there. But specifically for biomedical, I'm very sorry, I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
But I think one of my friend, she has just completed masters in biomedical with a scholarship in Germany. I don't know which university it is. After that, she completed that. After that, she is been placed into the Abbott company. So there are
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
universities. Maybe you have to do some search for that.
So I think there are no more questions. So thank you, ma'am, for the enlightening talk. Your expertise and passion for biomedical engineering are truly inspiring. We appreciate the time you took to share your knowledge with us today.
Okay.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to invite some of the
Bye.
participants to share their feedback about this wonderful session.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Liba Abdul Rashid. Ma'am, thank you for having us and this very useful and engaging class. Like, it was really, really understanding. Like now, before this class, I would say that I didn't really have a clear understanding about this, this parts available in the biomedical engineering. Like, there is a lot of growing fields in this, and now I have a really good idea about this. And I would also like to thank you for giving such a useful and engaging class. It was truly which has it has broadened my perspective of this field. And now I have a lot many options to take. Actually, it is now confusing. Which should I opt for? And thank you, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
So, hi, ma'am. Thank you for this delivering such insightful session on career opportunities. Your expertise in quality assurance and regulatory affairs provide us with a valuable guidance and clarity in our future fields. Boss. This session was highly engaging and inspiring, and especially the way you highlighted the key skills and career paths for biomedical engineers like us. We truly appreciate your time and efforts in sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Mostly, I think mostly females are there. Okay, then thank you. I think you are waiting for some feedbacks. Okay, so shall I left from the meeting?
Thank you, ma'am. We have come to an end. I would like to thank you once again from all our sides for giving us such an such an wonderful event, which actually explained us about more opportunities that we have for our future. Thank you so much. And I would like to, I request all students to fill out the attendance form before leaving the meet. Thank you.
Before that, if any doubts are there, you can just clarify with me. You can put a message to me. I have posted my phone number over here. So any doubts, you can contact me. Whatever I can give from my side, I can give you. Otherwise, I can just get a search or ask with my friends and come back. So I'm always happy to help you because I have faced all those things, and I really wanted to help students who are coming out from biomedical. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
എല്ലാവരും ലീവ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് ഒന്ന് അറ്റൻഡൻസ് ഫിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ മറക്കല്ലേ. താങ്ക് യു.